Good morning. You can tell it is early morning. Sun has not even risen yet. But we have a fun day today, a different day today. Jilleo has a photo shoot in San Francisco at the Palace of Fine Arts. And so we are taking the van in to the city. You're going to see the van in a big city like San Francisco. We're going to take it right into the heart of it. And he's going to use it, we're going to use it as a changing room for his photo shoot. So, and I'm just going to be working out of the van. So that's what we're doing today. Let me get all of our stuff that we're using today in the refrigerator. I just brought some food for breakfast, for breaking our fast. So I'm going to put that in the refrigerator, and then I'll just sit down and say hello with you. Give me 1 second. We're doing a good old American breakfast today. So we're doing hash browns. I even brought some butter. Sourdough toast. And these are not my neighbor's eggs. These are pasture-raised eggs. Have you guys had these? These are so good. They're not as good as my neighbor's eggs, as Jeff's eggs, but they're pretty darn good. And they're really yellow yolks. I need my coffee. Yellow oaks. I pronounce the Y. All right. Let me get this all in here. So it usually takes us 35 minutes to get into San Francisco, but it's a Monday, even though it's post-pandemic, and it's going to take us an hour to get in. So we have to leave a little bit early in order to get in on time. So what's going to happen is Jilleo's photo shoot is not until the afternoon, but he has to do some conference calls this morning. So this is going to be our mobile office setup. We're going to get to where the photo shoot's going to be, and we're just going to work there the whole morning, do our breakfast there, and then once he's done with his conference calls, then he can just kind of exit the van and go do his photo shoot, and then use the van as he needs to use while I'm in here working. So that's the plans. Okay, I'm just going to sit down in the lounge. Care to join me? Yes, it's always fun. I love every time that we go out in the van. I don't care what it is. It could be a long road trip. It could be just like the other day when we just took her downtown just to go spend the afternoon in town. I love taking the van out. So today's going to be, I think, really cool because it's fun taking a van like this into like a city because it's just easy to get around. You'll see it's just like having a car in the city, but you have your own home base. So if you go to explore the city, then there's always a place to come back to. If you need to get a bite to eat, or you want to just take a nap, or you want to use the bathroom or something like that, then it's so convenient being able to just have your kind of home base with you all the time. So yeah, we're going to take her into the city. I think this is the first time I've done this in this RV. We've never actually, in other RVs, I've taken the RVs into the city, like when I had my Pleasureway Ascent. I lived in Montreal, so I took it out all the time in Montreal. But San Francisco is a lot more dense than Montreal, so everything's just packed in together. There's more people, it's denser cars and all of that stuff. So I think you'll get a good feel for how a van like this operates in the city. And where we're going is a really pretty setting. We're going to the Palace of Fine Arts, which is it a part of the Presidio? I can't remember if it's a part of the Presidio. Anyways, it doesn't feel like you're in the middle of a major metropolitan city because it's this big, huge park. So that's where we're going to be set up there. So, all right, as soon as Jilleo comes back, then and we finish loading up the van, then we'll hit the road. We'll see you then. Okay, we're getting ready to take off. I'm going to put the flowers away. These flowers are amazing. Video after video, week after week. They're not fake, they're alive. Look, there's still ones ready to open up. These are the ones I got back at the episode, what is it, 6, Fancy or whatever, which was weeks ago. I think it's just so cold in the RV that it's like a refrigerator, and they seem to survive. So, okay. Okay, it's going to take
an hour and 13 minutes.
An hour and 13 minutes. Usually it takes only 30 minutes, but we got a car behind us today. So, ooh, kind of close. I don't want to hit it with my bike rack. I don't want to swing out the back end and hit.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's always, you got to think about these things, you know, when you got a van. You don't want the
what
shoot moment, you know, on a van, like where you don't think of it right, and then you end up just backing into a guardrail, or like I've done before, like I've backed up into a parking space in a parking lot in my Ascent, and there was a low-hanging roof that I didn't think about, and as I backed into it, it hit the top of the RV and it ripped off the camera off the top of the RV. So you learn from these little expensive lessons, and you learn to think about these things before you take off or do whatever. I was just watching a video of another couple. They own a really big fifth wheel, like it's around 30-some feet, maybe even 40 feet long, and they were in a gas station. And he's a veteran, you know, RVer, but he just forgot that he was pulled into a gas station. He's got an overhang off the back wheels of probably almost 10 feet, maybe a little less than that. And when he pulled out of the gas station, that overhang swung out about 4 feet, and it just smashed into the gas pump. And it ripped off the back of his beautiful fifth wheel. Cost him $25,000 to get it fixed. So, yeah, little things you think. I mean, that's not prone to happen in this van because we only have like a 1.5 foot overhang, 2 foot overhang or something. But it's inches that it will swing out. And if you're parked really close to something and you do a tight turn getting out, the back end could swing into it. So anyway, just something to think about. All right, we will check in with you as we hit the freeway. Oh, it's a beautiful sunrise. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you.
The crash in North Texas has cleared, it's still backed up into Vacaville from Alamo Drive. And the Richmond Bridge approach almost backed up to Harbor. Looks like there may be a problem just west of the tolls.
Okay, so we've been in the car, what, like almost an hour?
Oh yeah.
Almost an hour. We are still on the Bay Bridge. Apparently there was an accident in one of the lanes. It's cleared now, but it propagated all the way back into Oakland. So, but now we are just entering the tunnel that connects us to the western span. Looks like we're moving. I'm looking up ahead. So hopefully we'll be, it says we're going to be at our destination in 30 minutes. So fingers crossed. All right, we are finally in San Francisco. We're just getting off the freeway into downtown San Francisco. Well, kind of. It's Hayes Valley. But yeah, let's take a look as we wind our way through San Francisco city streets with traffic in our 21-foot camper van. It's nice having this hill start on the ProMaster. My Sprinter had that and I really liked it. So in San Francisco, because we weigh so much, when we're on a steep incline like this, I don't know if you can tell from the video, but it's a steep incline. When we're stopped at a light, the hill start will just apply the brakes until you've got enough accelerator that you can move forward without rolling backwards. There's a self-driving car in front of us. Let's give it plenty of room. in case it makes a mistake, which they do occasionally in San Francisco. Occasionally they'll stop, like they'll get confused, and they'll just stop in the middle of the lane. It's a little drifty, it looks like. Oh, it's because that car is parked a little bit in the lane. This part's a little nerve-wracking, I will admit to you. This part's a little nerve-wracking. It's pretty narrow here, and we're on a hill, and there's lots of construction and service trucks trying to squeeze by. You know, I had this happen in Montreal in my RV, same type of thing, and a truck tried to squeeze by me and he didn't make it, and he ripped off the passenger side mirror. So I've always been a little cautious since then. So this lady up here, she did a U-turn, and then the garbage truck pulled in and kind of penned her in. So she's kind of stuck now. She's penned in until he moves. There she goes. She doesn't look happy. She doesn't look happy at all. So now we gotta start looking for parking. So let's look for parking anywhere around here. Oh, I've got 5 bars, which is great. It's okay, we're allowed to be here.
Oh, you can fit in any of these spots.
Yeah, I can fit in any of these spots here. I want to get one that's like not, because these are pretty short.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so we're not going to park in any of these spots because these are too short. Although there's a Legion of Honor, which is really pretty.
That is pretty.
Yeah, it looks like you got some sun, Jilleo, which is good. I could pull in one of these and back in. Okay, so we've arrived. Let me straighten this out here. We've arrived at the Legion of Honor here in San Francisco, and we're looking for parking. So this is one of the things that we do, is you got to be thinking about, okay, is it level? Because we're in San Francisco, so there's a lot of hills. We don't want to spend the day where the van is not level. And we also need good 5G. And we also need a parking spot that is kind of long enough for us, and we're not blocking the way. Because this whole parking lot that you saw, this is all going to fill up today. And so we don't want to be, you know, sticking out. It doesn't look filled up right now, but it will be. Like, so we don't want to be sticking up, blocking traffic and all that. So it's a good thing we arrived early. There's like not a lot of people here yet. And I smell skunk. And I'm hypersensitive to skunk right now because we've had a skunk problem at the property with the Airbnb. So it's a long story. Anyway, I smell a little bit of skunk. It's okay. All right, let's see. I kind of like that circle up there.
It's nice.
I think the circle's better, and that's like a choice spot up there rather than kind of back here. So I'm going to see if I can back into one of the spaces up there and take it, because I like that better up there.
Yeah, any one of these.
What about right there? I can't fit in there. That's not.
This is handicap.
That one's handicap. Is this one handicap?
This is not handicap.
I can park in there. Why don't I try it? He's probably gonna he'll tell me if I'm like hanging out too far. Let's see. So there's a cop parked here, and oh, it does? Oh, okay. All right. All right, Jilleo checked and he said that we're good, so I'll show you where we're parked. It's really good. It's a good spot. Like there's a fountain in front of us and everything. All right, look at this. This is our spot. So we're here at the Palace of Legion of Honor, sorry. And look, so if we go around here, that's actually a museum there as well. Say good morning, Jilleo. So we got a good spot. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. This is where we're going to set up for the day, right out here. you saw how nice it was getting here. We're overhanging a little bit, but this is a wide palisade here, so I don't think it's going to impede anyone walking. And look at this beautiful view. That's the Pacific Ocean out there. There's the cop. He's got his lights on. I don't know why. That's the fountain out in front of us. All right, so let us get set up and then we'll check back in with you, all right? There we go. It's time for the good old first cup of coffee. Brought the cream, the milk. I brought all the goodies. Look, I brought the classic caramel and the whipped cream topping. I'm gonna make you a special coffee this morning, Jilleo. You know, this new thing that I'm doing, which is just filling up these Aquapana glass bottles and then just kind of bringing them back whenever one empties to the van, really is working out well. These are just the perfect size, and I can easily carry them back into the house and fill them back up and then bring them back up here. And I like plastic rather than, or plastic. I like glass rather than plastic. So these are great. All right. I like to put a little bit of this. If we had a frother, I would add this into the frother to mix it into the froth, but I'm just going to add it right into the coffee cup. And that'll be fine. Technically, oops, I shouldn't have done that for myself because we're still fasting. It's all right. Let me try to get this done before Jilleo starts his call, which is going to start here in a few minutes. Look at me, I'm a mobile barista. I'm better than Starbucks. So this is cool, guys. So today, this is kind of new for us. Jilleo's doing his regular job, and then I'm kind of doing my job, and we're just doing it out of San Francisco, working out of the van and just carrying on. You know, here we go, Jilleo. Ooh, I know. So take a look at that. Let's see. I give Jilleo his little. Oops, I don't want to. I want to tilt it over so much that it pours out, but there we go. Enjoy. First class cabin service in the SS Panoramic. Jilleo says the whipped cream really makes it good. He likes it. That's what I like. Something's rattling over here, folks, and I am trying to figure it out. I don't know what it is. I thought it was this thing. Whenever we go over a certain vibration, but it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like it could be, I don't know, something else. Anyways, I'll figure it out. I always do. All right. I'm going to have my first cup of coffee, and I'm going to answer some of your comments. So thank you all for leaving them. I love reading your comments. This is one of the better parts of my day. So I'll see you in the comments section. I'm going to go throw some trash away, and we're going to do a little walk around of the area. So come join me. Thanks, babe. Oh, it's nice and sunny out today. I think we got a trash can over here. Go on a walk with me. You can see where we're parked. That's where we're parked right there. Oh, look, they just turned the fountain on. Oh, nice. We have that right outside our window, guys. And we got a choice spot. Yeah, no, this is an aspect I really love about van life / just owning a van, you know? Just going out on a beautiful day like this, setting up shop, office, doing your work. You know, imagine it's just like kind of closing your eyes, pretending, oh, this is my apartment. This is where I live up here. This is the golf course here. That's the Pacific out there. I mean, it feels like we're kind of at a resort, you know? That's where Jilleo's going to do his shoot today, his headshots. I'll let him tell you about that. Or you can ask him in the comments or whatever. He's in there working right now. Feels like I'm parked in the middle of Paris or something. Well, obviously not. There's an ocean, but you know what I mean. There's Jilleo. Okay, is it time to break fast?
Yes, I'm starving.
It's time to break
That'll
fast.
make sense.
Let's go do it. I'll do it. I was just answering comments. So let's get some break fast going. Get the little steam oven out. It's getting crowded here now. People are coming in, but we got our choice spot, so we're good. This oven doesn't really get hot underneath, but I'd rather, if it does get too hot, I'd rather burn the cutting board, the plastic cutting board, than the countertop. I'll put the butter out so that it gets soft. I'm going to put this butter right over here in the sun. Just stick those in there. There we go. Gonna have some a traditional breakfast right out here at the Legion of Honor in San Francisco. Got a fountain going outside back behind you.
Yeah, the weather's nice.
The weather's beautiful. Oh my gosh. We're pulling in. How much solar are we pulling in? 49 watts of solar. We're doing okay. Everything's good. Put a couple pieces of toast in.
So I'm just here working. Okay, babe?
Yeah. Work away.
Get ready for my Zoom call.
He's working for his company, and
A lot of Zoom calls.
a lot of Zoom calls. But what's really cool is this is the first time we've done this. We're using the 5G booster on the back in conjunction with the whole coach Wi-Fi, and so we're using my phone as the hotspot,
Yeah.
which is then boosted by the 5G booster, which is great because we get a couple bars of 5G, which is fast enough that we can both do streaming, and then the whole coach Wi-Fi lets us both hook up to it. So that's worked out well so far, right? You actually
it's
did
great.
Also Zoom,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You were doing screen sharing and stuff.
Yeah, screen share, like the Wi-Fi was like perfect. So I work remote 100% of the time, and I really love it because it really allows me to like work anywhere. And
Do this.
yeah, I'm doing this.
Yeah,
I'm
we
like,
can do this.
Yeah, so now we're here at San Francisco, like the Legion of Honor, and I'm just sitting here working.
Yeah, and I'm working, and I'm making breakfast for us. So how cool is that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we really like to just take advantage of the van whenever we can.
Yeah.
So this is a week where we're not on a trip, and so it's a good time to just take it out like this. Why not? Besides, we're toasty warm in here compared to the Sticks and Bricks house. Right?
That's true.
Sticks and Bricks house is cold.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm going to take the plates out because they are chilled a bit. So we'll let those warm up. So we're using the Max Air fan up here. Someone asked me, and I'll show you later, they asked me how the remote control works. So you can set it on auto, which is what we have it set to right now, because we are in the sun. It is chilly outside. I'd say it's maybe 50 degrees out, which is chilly for us. But it's like 75 degrees inside the van because we're in the sun. And so you just turn this on auto, and then you can set, here you can see, this is the little remote control. See that? Do you see that okay? So you can set it on auto here, and then you can set the temperature up and down. And we have the interior temperature set to 72, and the fan is monitoring the current temperature wherever the remote control is at 74 right now. And so it will control everything, including opening and shutting the fan, and then the fan speed and everything to try to maintain that temperature. And then we just have the sunlight, the sunroof open here, and we have the front window crack there. So just set this wherever you want to set it, wherever you're trying to monitor the temperature. So for instance, there's a holder for it in the back bedroom, but it's cooler in the bedroom right now because the sun's back behind you. So we don't want to have it set there. So we're just going to set it up here where we are. And then it's done a great job. It's maintained the temperature in here pretty well. Okay. Let me stop babbling, because if I don't get this breakfast going, then Jilleo's going to have to hop on his next call. Okay, here we go. So you just turn this. I love this. I know I keep talking about it, but I love this little oven. This is another thing. I may have brought this up in a previous video. When you all look at your first vans, okay, don't make the mistake that I did. I asked the dealer on my road trek, I asked a dealer, I said, oh, does this have an inverter? Well, the van did not have an inverter. It had a converter, and he tried to convince me that a converter was the same as an inverter, and they're not. The converter is used to, when you plug the van into shore power, it converts the AC to DC so you can charge the batteries. That is not the same as an inverter. An inverter inverts power coming out of the battery to your standard household outlets. That means that when you have the inverter on, you can use your battery power to plug regular appliances like our little oven into a household outlet and use them. But, my friends, that's not all. You need to also make sure to know and understand which outlets inside the van are connected to the inverter, because sometimes what a manufacturer will do just to say that they have an inverter is they'll connect one outlet, or maybe two, but one outlet to the inverter, and it's not the most convenient. So it may not be the one in the galley, in which case you need to use your oven or coffee maker or something. You're going to be starting the generator up if you've got one. Sometimes you don't even have that, and you have to be plugged into shore power. So you don't want to be in that situation. That's a huge disappointment. Just make sure when you buy it, you got an inverter. Make sure the inverter is big enough. I'd say 2,000 watts minimum. And then make sure, if you can, all the outlets inside the coach. You don't want to be thinking about what you're plugging in and where. All the outlets inside the coach are connected to that inverter. That's my recommendation. All right. So, again, Neil, stop talking. Turn this thing on. And we have power going here. Now I'm talking and there's no power at this outlet. Oh, we don't have any power going here. What's happening?
There's none.
Let's shut the inverter off. Okay, so figured out what the problem was. Let me show you. There's a huge inverter in the back of the coach, and it has. Okay, so the inverter wasn't working. We cycled through everything like you should. So we cycled the battery power on and off, and cycled the inverter on and off, but it still wasn't working. And I also went to the breaker panel and checked the main AC breakers. So these are the breakers here. You just open that door and there's a few breakers in there. So these are the types of things you should immediately check if something like this happens. But it still didn't fix our problem. So at least on the Panoramic, down here, if you open this, this is the inverter right here. See that? Now, This is the master battery cutoff. I wasn't messing with that. That will, even the DC systems, that will shut all that off. So I kept the DC systems on. But see this plug here? This is going out to the main coach from the inverter. This big box is the inverter. And all I did was this button here, just like a GFCI, I just boop, pushed it because it was tripped for some reason. Something tripped it, I don't know what. And everything came back on again. So now we're going to monitor and find out what possibly could have tripped that breaker, because there's nothing that we were doing inside the coach that would have caused us to draw more than 3,000 watts of power. We weren't using the air conditioner or anything like that. So now we have to just monitor and find out why that tripped and see if it trips again. Hopefully it does not trip again. But back to braking fast after a slight delay. Okay, we're back in action. We fixed the problem with the inverter. Got to expect these things to happen sometimes. We're going to monitor it though. Make sure that we know what's going on here. All right, that's a good sound. We got that going. Do another coffee? Do another coffee?
Oh yeah, I'll take another cup. Thanks, babe.
I feel like I'm in training for first class cabin. Just the way Jilleo likes it. There you go.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome. I'll make mine in a second. I will make mine in a momento. Okay, let's get these eggs going. Looking good.
Smells good.
Right? Got the plate warmer going over here. Just put the plates on top of the little oven.
Man.
Oh no,
Happened.
that one broke.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh, my baby, he's so supportive.
Oops.
All right, folks. There's our little. It's hard to see, but there's our little eggs with our hash brown this morning. All right, bon appetit. Not too bad, considering. I mean, look at our restaurant view. We have a view of downtown. We have a view of the Pacific Ocean. We have a view of a beautiful fountain out front, and then the Legion of Honor. Man. I just want to pause and say I'm thankful.
It's like a mobile cafe.
Right? Yeah, like a mobile cafe. Sorry we're eating in front of you. Wish you could be here with us. Wouldn't that be a blast? If like everyone who is watching right now could just like magically be with us.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Gonna get ready for my call.
All right, Jilleo is going to get ready for his call. Meanwhile,
I'll just put this here.
I'll do the dishes. Next time he can cook and do the dishes, but
Yes.
today, that's how we do it, right? I mean, we switch.
Yeah, today's just back-to-back Zoom calls, so.
Yeah. I'm not that busy, so I don't mind doing it, actually. You know from that last video, I told you that I enjoy doing dishes in the vehicle. Go figure. Oops. Yeah, I'm liking this Max Air fan.
The what?
This fan that's temperature controlled, and
Oh, yeah.
so it's really trying to maintain the temperature in here.
Yeah, it's really comfortable.
Yeah, it is. You know, a lot of the times you don't need to, like today, you don't need to use the heater or the air conditioner. If you can just regulate the outside air flow in here, it really quite pleasant. All right. We just got done with Jilleo just got done with all his calls this morning. I was just hanging out in the back, doing my work in the bedroom, and now you're getting ready for your photo shoot.
It's more like a headshot.
So it was headshots. What's it for? You want to tell people what it's for, or no?
Yeah,
you don't
well,
have
it's
to.
just basically I just don't have like a updated photo of myself, and so I'm launching a company. More to come in future episodes.
Yep.
But I just need a headshot for my company website, so that's why we're here.
It's like a mobile like studio, like a mobile dressing room.
It's pretty much what it is. Like being ready here. I got did some work this morning, and then the photographer will be here any second, and so just gonna step out. Got dressed, got ready.
And if he needs to do like a wardrobe change or anything because they need a different, then he can just come back here really easily.
Here. It's like a mobile dressing room.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yes.
Right. So I'm going to sneak out there and watch them while they do their headshots. We'll join them. We won't let them know that we're out there watching them. But it's a beautiful day out, so we need to get out anyways and enjoy the weather. It's really become beautiful. So all right, we'll see you in a few.
See ya.
Jilleo's up here getting his headshots. Let's go sneak a peek. See how he's doing. Just a quick update. Jilleo is still doing his headshots. I'm just in here working, answering comments and things like that, and just doing a bunch of shots here around the area. The inverter problem that we ran into this morning, we have not had a problem. So I don't know what caused that problem or why it wasn't a problem, but why the breaker was on the GFCI was flipped. Who knows? It could be a surge that happened in it was before I plugged the electric oven in. So I don't know. Anyways, it hasn't happened since. Everything seems to be fine. We're getting 86 watts of power pulled in. The Victron energy monitor says that we could go forever, basically, as long as we have this type of power pulled in. So yeah, I think we have a good setup. After Jilleo gets finished with his headshots, I think we're going to try to go find a little lunch place to go here in the city and continue to enjoy our time here. So I'm going to continue working here, and then we'll see you when we head toward lunch. There's Jilleo doing his headshots. Okay, Jilleo is back.
Yes.
We watched you with your photo shoot. Looked very good.
Okay.
It was a little chilly outside, but sunny.
Yeah.
So it looked pretty good. So how did it go?
It was okay. Just a couple of shots. Just took some quick photos for like my website.
Nice.
And photographer's really nice. He just took us around here, and
that was nice having the van here because I know you did a couple wardrobe changes.
Yeah.
So it's nice to come back here. You can kind of easily do
Yeah.
the changes and then.
Yeah, just changed my shirt. Yeah, it was just nice, like come in here, being able to change, and then go back out, and then continue taking the photos. So,
Excuse me. I asked the photographer, what's her name?
Viv.
I asked Viv to come in because it's a little cold outside. We could have some hot tea together, but she was too shy and thought that her shoes were too dirty to come in the RV. I said, "Don't be silly. Come in, get out of the cold, and have some tea." Lord knows I love my tea time. So anyway, we are going to. Jilleo's got just a little. He's got to go back to his job now.
Yep.
So he's got another conference call to do, and then we are going to wrap it up here and head out. So,
yeah.
All right. We just wanted to check in with you, and we'll talk with you as we hit the road. I don't know. We might try to get some dinner here. We are in San Francisco.
Yeah.
There are lots and lots of restaurants.
Lots of good food out here.
And one of our viewers recommended a place to go to that's nearby here. It looks really good. Thank you, CJ. But we may go there. Parking may be difficult. We'll see, but we'll check in with you in a bit. All right, friends, we are getting ready to head out. It's the end of the day.
Yes, long day.
Long day. Oops, Julia, you have to lean in. Sorry.
What? It's not my photographer.
Huh?
It's not like my photographer.
Lean in. So we're gonna. It's a long way back. So we're gonna take the long way going home. We're gonna go across the Golden Gate Bridge and then the Golden Gate and then the Richmond Bridge. So all right, let's hit the road.
Let's go.
Mirrors extended. And here we go.
So we're doing the Bay Bridge.
Yeah, we're gonna go across the Bay Bridge.
I tell you.
Sorry, we're gonna do a change of course because it says it's gonna take a longer to go over the Golden Gate Bridge. So going across the Bay Bridge. Look at that beautiful Pacific Ocean out there. Crazy drivers here. Well, okay, we have finally arrived back home. It wasn't too bad once we got out of the city, right? Jillio's with me. He's just on the other side of you, working. But it wasn't too bad, right? Once we got out of the city was kind of heavy.
Yeah.
There was a lot of traffic in the city.
Lots of traffic.
But once we got onto the bridge, it was good. So we are now ready to head back to the house. We just got something to eat. And we're going to head back to the house and unpack. But thanks for joining us today. I thought it was a really good example of kind of how you can use the van for something different, right? So we showed how we could use the van today for mobile kind of dressing room for Jilleo, which was totally unexpected. No one would ever think of something like that, but it worked out for that, right? And we were able to, park it in a regular parking space. And because the photo shoot was in the middle of San Francisco, we were able to, take the van in, through crowded city streets, which you guys saw, and get to our location, no problem. So it was part of the reason of showing this is so that those of you who are thinking about getting a camper van, or maybe for some of you who already have a new camper van and maybe you're a little bit hesitant to take it out, hopefully this video gives you a little better feeling for what it's like to take one of these vans out. It's really not a big problem at all. And you know, you could see from some of those streets, there was a lot of traffic, pedestrians and bicyclists and all that, and not a problem at all. So yeah, enjoy your van if you have one, and if you don't have one yet, then feel confident knowing that if you ever do get one, that you'll be able to use it outside of camping as well. So that is it for today. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you on our next great adventure. Take care. Bye-bye.